Hey everybody, it's me, Turkey Tots. If you guys can't recognize my voice or the channel name at the bottom there, I don't really do video logs or reviews or anything of that sort very often. I mostly just stick to whatever I have with gaming, but I wanted to make this video just because this is something that came out today, and as you could guys probably guess from the title, it's going to be the Call of Duty Modern Warfare kind of family of Call of Duty games, but today they've released the trailer for Call of Duty World War II. And as you guys could tell from my history with my videos, I'm a huge fan of World War II history. And I know quite a bit as far as vehicles, naval armor, and infantry items, weapons, tactics, and such. So I really wanted to voice my opinion on this video that came out today. So we'll start up this video and we'll kind of pick it apart and go through the little details and everything and discuss it. So let's start by going through the video, beginning to end. I won't say anything, we'll just keep it silent. We'll let you guys see the video without me talking over it or anything of that sort. Just let you guys walk through it and get your own opinions formed before I start discussing about it.
This day have set upon a mighty endeavor. Souls will be shaken with the violences of war. In this hour of great sacrifice, we shall prevail.
Get your head down and keep moving!
We are all that separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot, we must not fail.
Duty first.
Hey, Perez! Bumpy enough for you? How many casualties?
We executed the mission.
Get me the fuck out of here! How many?
We had orders!
Get to cover!
Lieutenant, tell them what we're all about.
No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
Welcome to the bloody first. You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
Pre-order now and get access to the private beta.
Alright, so the general consensus with this I guess announcement, if you want to call it, as we've kind of known about this for a little while, but the general consensus is that many people are pretty hyped about this and not really looking deep into the details, and that's not something you should always do with these early announcements like this. But let's take a look here. Let's start from the beginning again one more time and start looking at the details. So right here, first off, we can see actual in-game footage. So everything we see from this point forward, we can expect is going to be the foundation of what this game is going to be like. It's not going to be exactly what this is because it's early footage, but we can expect to see something very similar to it in the final product. So we start off here with the D-Day scene with FDR's Mighty Endeavor speech.
Souls will be
Got
shaken with the
everybody
violences of
inside
war.
the LVPCs on D-Day
In
here.
this hour of great sacrifice, we shall prevail.
So we also know it's made by Sledgehammer.
Get your head down and keep moving!
Alright, let's pause right here for a second. Nothing really to see here in this particular frame, but at least we could go back and think about what we just saw in the last couple seconds there. We've got the LCVPs, I believe are what they're called, the U.S. landing craft, kind of pretty accurate from the looks of it, but the whole like explosion and the landing craft just like veering off to the side and knocking into another one, flipping it over, and explosions going all over. I don't know how accurate that would be. Like if you were to like compare this to say the landing scene from Saving Private Ryan, like you wouldn't be seeing that. You wouldn't be seeing like artillery shells just raining on top of the landing craft and blowing them, and then on top of that they veer off to the like they continue moving and veer off to the side and hit another ship. And so I could see a shell hitting one of those things and then it sinking or just stopping dead in the water there. But I think it's a little bit silly to have that whole dramatic scene there where it just reminds me of a lot of the kind of goofy action scenes that you see with a lot of other modern shooters going on right now. Other things we want to bring up, we saw the MG34 with the German pillbox there. In this particular frame, you can actually see he's got the M1 Garand. We saw the like Mark II hand grenade with the pineapple hand grenades. We saw that. So already right off the bat, we can see a couple of the weapons that are going to be used and a couple of scenes that we're going to see. We're going to see the German machine gun nest that they're very, very effective at taking advantages of with their MG34s and their MG42s in pillbox positions and such. So we're probably going to see a lot of that in this game. Let's continue.
We are all...
Alright, you guys kind of know where I'm going with this kind of video now. It's seeing this kind of like scene here where the bombers are flying at like what looks to be like maybe 1,000 feet in the air. Just kind of like it makes me like shiver a little bit because it's just really the P-47s. It looks like those the Thunderbolts or Thunderbirds there. Like it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how many times during World War II they've done like low flying missions and such like that, but I would imagine in situations like this where they're probably supposed to be acting as like bomber escort, I don't think they'd be separated from the bombers and be busy doing strafing runs. It looks like. And later, like a little couple seconds after this, you'll see it's also like they're flying like maybe 10 feet above the ground. Like I don't know what kind of angle that they're trying to fire upon enemy positions, but that's not a good angle. You gotta be I want to get that sense of realism out of this game. I want to get the immersion factor out of this game. But if you do silly stuff like this, how am I supposed to feel? Like if I'm constantly thinking like that's just stupid during the entire time I'm playing this game, that's going to ruin the feeling that I want from the immersion factor. The depth and the environment is just going to feel off. So I'm not sure how good this is, but I mean it looks pretty good graphically speaking. It looks phenomenal, but come on, you've got so much like stuff that could be different that would make this game so much better. It's not everybody's running like 1080p right now, okay? Let's not downplay the fact everybody has 1080p. If you put the planes a couple like 100 feet up into the air, the detail is not going to be sacrificed. People are still going to notice those aircraft. People are still going to be able to, they aren't going to be like single pixels. They're going to be able to see that kind of stuff, all right? So whatever, let's move on.
That separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot.
Alright, so they're actually like they're pair-dropping aircraft or whatever, DC-3s. So maybe not bombers, but still. This scene we saw there's definitely a Panzer IV there, and the tank was like off to the side, like 90 degrees or something like that, 45 degrees off the road. So, alright, I mean, understandable. The people riding on the back of the Shermans looks like the Sherman EZ-8s, it looks like, or EZ-6 or whatever, heavies, the HVSS, whatever they are. I really could care less about what kind of Sherman these are, but the pretty standard, tanks going down on the column, and suddenly a shot from like a Pac 43 or whatever tank that's hitting in a hedgerow or something, you know. Pretty accurate there. So nothing much to complain about this. You guys know I'm a pretty big guy with the tanks and stuff, especially with War Thunder. So don't have too much to complain about here. I'm not gonna nitpick the details on the Shermans, nitpick the kits on the infantry there, but we'll just continue. We'll let that one go as a positive there. They did a pretty good job. I applaud them on that one. It's pretty action-packed. You can see like right there, like the people being blown off there from the ammo rack going off on that Sherman. Pretty nice. So let's just continue then. Oh yeah, you gotta love those Jericho sirens on the Stukas. Yep. Alright, so this particular frame, I had to pause it here because this is something that's kind of blown off, but it's still important, alright? I wanted to pull this out because it's not something most people will think of immediately off the top of their head, alright? On the right shoulder, you can see a red 1. Big red 1, big bloody red 1, bloody 1, or whatever you want to call it, whatever, all the various names that they've had for it. Based out of Fort Riley, Kansas. Very important fact. The year currently is 2017. The 1st Infantry Division, Big Red 1, was formed in 1917, exactly 100 years ago. So that's going to be an important thing because I believe they're doing this kind of out of homage for them being their 100th birthday. Okay. Who the hell at Call of Duty keeps making these scenes where somebody like falls off of a cliff or, slides down whatever. It's just so cheesy after. Like the first game or two where they did this, it was kind of, thrilling and whatnot to see. But once you've done it in every single Call of Duty game ever since let me think. Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, where somebody's got to fall down the side of a building, or fall off the side of an ice cliff, or fall off the side of another building, or fall off the side of a desert cliff. It just gets old, okay? Do they use the same animation? Do they just import a new character model and then just do the same thing? Because that's really what it feels like. How many times do you have to do it's so overused. It is way too overused. You cannot keep doing this. All right? Whatever. We'll continue.
How many casualties?
We executed the mission.
Get me the fuck out of here!
Oh, the drama, the characters, action, and arguing, and people getting stressed out in combat. Pretty normal. Oh, buildings collapsing on people. Oh, no. Sudden fade to black.
Tell them what we're all about.
No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too.
Oh, man. You guys know how much I love my Coings Tiger. If they make this some sort of piece of cake or a fucking P-38 swoops out of fucking nowhere and blows it up and you're completely safe, I'm gonna be so pissed. They had better make this a real good boss fight level shit. Oh god, don't fuck this up for me.
Welcome to the bloody first. You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
Oh, you're a long way from Texas, farm boy. November
Pre-order
3rd.
now and get access to the private beta.
And pre-order now! Pre-order for all the fucking DLCs we're gonna throw out there. Oh, gosh. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this, guys. I don't know. Oh, boy. Alright, well let's compare a couple things here, alright? Let's think back. So we had a couple tanks, a couple guns. Alright, we had, we saw at the very last there, the M3 grease gun, which was a pretty standard SMG for people, during World War II. Thompsons were pretty expensive to manufacture. M3s were pretty cheap. It's just stamped metal, rolled metal, and you just kind of weld it together and it worked. So those were pretty common. We also saw the MG42, we saw that one mounted onto not a Kugelwagen, but one of those half tracks, one of those German half tracks. I can't remember what those are called, but we saw that too. So we'll probably expect to see those coming up in the game, either as like an emplaced like machine gun that you could hop onto, or maybe even like a squad automatic weapon kind of class where you could carry it around using their 50 round drum box that they have for it. We also saw quite a few tanks. We saw the Panzer IV for sure. We saw the Koenigsegger, the Tiger II with the Henschel turret. We might see Tigers and some Panzer IVs more often than some of the other, like Panzer IIIs, probably not as much. Probably won't see Panthers, maybe if they go into late war scene, possibly. We also saw at the very beginning the LCVP, which is the U.S. landing ship. It's like, you could throw like some 50, 100 people. I don't know. That looks like close to like 20 to 50 people. Just throw them on there. It's got a little hatch that drops down on the front there, like you can see in the D-Day picture. It drops down and you're completely exposed from the front there from all the machine gun fire. That's where all the famous scenes from like the beginning with a D-Day or the Saving Private Ryan one where just, hatch opens and then bullets are everywhere. Everybody inside's dead. So we'll probably see that. We'll probably see a lot of scenes like that. Very popular, very common with like World War II theme with the landing ships and stuff, because beach landings were pretty brutal back in, conventional warfare styles, with especially when you're facing the MG42 that's got 1,000 rounds a minute kind of rate of fire. That's going to be probably a significant theme, probably going to be like one of the first missions that you play. Now, like all the other stuff that we're probably going to see is regular M1 Garands, Kar 98s, Mausers, whatnot, P38s, I believe, are the handgun for the German, the Lugers and Colt 1911s and all that other stuff. You might even see some of those. We might even see the Colt 1982, or sorry, 1892 revolver, which I believe was a 38 long Colt caliber. We will probably also see some other era weapons like that with the M1919, the 30 cal machine gun, the possibly even the M2 50 cal. We'll probably see all of that stuff. I think we even saw an anti-aircraft gun in there, so that's like like a 30 millimeter, 40 millimeter gun or something like that. Quite a few things that we could deduce from this short video. So we can look forward to all of that. As far as the gameplay, the how the game's gonna unfold, we can't really expect to see that. We don't see actual game footage. We see like the cutscene kind of footage. All right, so it said in-game footage. What they really meant is in-game cutscenes. Okay, we can all tell from all the scenes that we saw there. As far as what kind of weapons, we already talked about that. Now the story, the thing that annoyed me the most is those repetitive, constant, recurring scenes of the people falling off the cliff, like I ranted during the video, the buildings falling on top of people, the tanks coming over the hill, like, oh god, there's a tank, everybody run back. Like, you gotta kind of spice it up, change it up a little bit. Come on, if I had to make a message to game developers, that's the thing that annoys me the most with games that have been coming out for at least the last 2 or 3 years. The game market's been very dry because we keep getting this recycled stuff, and I'm not pointing out just Call of Duty alone. I'm talking Battlefield 2. I'm talking so many other games this past several years have just been doing the same stuff over and over, and it's getting kind of annoying. I'm hoping to see something new here. Let's make it happen. Come on, game devs. Alright? The story doesn't seem too promising. I'm very, very excited to see what kind of multiplayer they might show up. They might... it's probably not going to be class-based. I think it's just going to be a throwback to the classic Modern Warfare. Just, pick your weapon class and make your own loadout kind of thing. That's perfectly fine by me, because stuff like that actually did happen in World War II. People just picked up random weapons off the battlefield and ran with it. So that's totally safe to go by my book, okay? Otherwise, if they go by like some class-based system, I'm going to be a little bit upset, because that's not really how it worked, alright? That's not historically accurate. And I'm not trying to be super picky about the historical realism. I'm not trying to like analyze this like it's supposed to be Arma 4 World War II edition or something. Like, but you can't throw in some really silly stuff that never happened during the war, okay? So we'll have to keep looking at this, alright? This is only the first trailer that I've seen so far. I don't think they've released anything prior to this one. I think this is the first trailer. So we'll keep holding on to this. We'll keep thinking about this game. I'm not personally going to pre-order this quite yet, even though they threw in that advertisement at the end. There's like, pre-order now, get into the closed beta. I really don't care. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold on to my $60. All right, I'm gonna wait for it. We'll see the next trailer when it comes out. I'm probably gonna do another video just like this one when they do that. So subscribe to my channel. Click that little bell button so you get notifications from me, because I don't regularly post. So if you have that bell button checked, you'll get a notification in the top right, where that next to your little profile picture, I'll tell you when I upload videos. I try to make quality content for you guys, so I won't be spamming you guys with short or stupid videos, alright? Try to do some quality stuff for you. So if you guys like this, put a like. Comment what you think. If you think I'm just wrong with some of these opinions, tell me. Discuss it with me. I'd love to debate it with you guys in the comment sections. That's why I do this video. That's the whole point of me doing this. So go ahead and leave a comment. Leave a like if you liked it, if you agree with me. Leave a dislike, I guess, if you just think I'm stupid. Subscribe to my channel so that way you guys can see the next video whenever it comes out. Alright, thanks again, you guys.